the invisible third person in nude photography, the viewer. In photography, there is often a simple way people think about creation. There is the photographer, and there is the subject. One creates the image, the other appears in it. But there is a third presence that is often ignored, the viewer, and in many ways, the viewer is not passive. The viewer completes the photograph. Because a photograph is not finished when it is taken, it is finished when it is seen. And how it is seen depends entirely on the person looking at it. This creates something important in photography, a triangle of interaction. The photographer creates intention, the subject creates presence, and the viewer creates interpretation. Each one shapes the final meaning of the image. This is why the same photograph can feel completely different depending on who is looking at it. One viewer may see artistic expression, another may see emotional vulnerability, another may focus only on form or aesthetics. And none of these reactions are entirely controllable. Because interpretation does not belong to the creator alone, it belongs to perception. This becomes especially important in nude photography, because in this context, viewer intention plays a much larger role. The same image can be experienced in multiple ways depending on how it is approached. As art, as study, as expression, or as something misinterpreted outside of its original context. And this is where photography becomes more complex than simple creation, because the photographer and subject may share a clear intention, but the viewer may not share that same understanding. And once the image enters public space, all interpretations begin to exist at the same time. This raises an important question. Is the photographer responsible only for creation, or also for anticipating how an audience might interpret the work? Some argue that intent is the only responsibility, that once an image is created with respect and clarity, the viewer's interpretation is separate from the creator. Others believe that photography carries responsibility beyond creation, because images influence perception, and perception influences behavior. But regardless of which perspective someone takes, one thing remains clear. The viewer is never neutral. Every person brings their own experiences, beliefs, and expectations into what they see. And those internal factors shape the meaning of the photograph more than most people realize. This is why photography can feel powerful and unpredictable at the same time. Because it does not stay inside the control of the creator. It continues to evolve in the mind of every person who sees it. And in that sense, the viewer becomes part of the photograph itself. Not physically, but meaningfully. And once you understand that, photography stops being a simple act of capturing. It becomes a shared psychological experience between three roles: the one who creates, the one who is seen, and the one who sees.